On target 13, a new target for Wales this year. It is 44 degrees according to my rangefinder at 25 degrees. So 44 yards, 25 degrees. It's this used to be a full face. We used to do it a bit further up the slope, but just for logistical reasons for filming, it's a bit easier, and this makes this shot a hell of a lot harder. If you have a look up the slope, you can just see, I'll make sure Pip, our cameraman, doesn't fall over. It's a long way up that slope, and it's quite a big cut. It's at least 10%, which is obviously quite a lot. So you're looking at cutting about 5 yards for this target. It's open, it's going to be windy. I don't know if you're picking up the wind on the mic there, but it's difficult. But for the left-handers, we've got a hell of a view of the Brecon Beacons. Have a look.
Well, here we are with that film target. Less of the swearing tap.
Did I swear?
Yes, that's counted as swearing.
When? Hell.
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah. I was like, whoa, did I swear? No, I normally do swear, so.
Just out the top for Rod Groom. Does it give you a degree of pleasure to be back in your homeland?
Oh, it does a little bit. It's stunning here, isn't it?
It's stunning.
You do like it as well. You can take the mick as much as you want, but you like it.
No, it's the accent. It's like, no, but this is a nice. I mean, it's an awesome place to shoot.
Yes,
on a day like today, it's a fair test of archery.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. I mean, there is a tree somewhere out on that field.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fairly open stuff, and it's more the daunting part of it. I mean, the couple of targets before this, you know, in a way you'd be going nothing tricky about them, but you're just hanging onto the side of that hill.
Everything's tough, isn't it? It's like that whole slope's going to be 30 degrees all the way down there.
Still out on the left, and I don't know how much you were out there. I don't know how much cross slope there is, whether it's more cross slope. But even if you're flat and the target's flat, you can't help but go, I'm standing on a hill. Everything wants to go that way.
Not so much a cross slope, maybe a tad. I mean, you can see a little bit there. But
I mean,
that's more the track
he's
standing on. The actual, I'm pointing at the screen again, but that's more the track he's standing on. To the target, not so much a cross slope, but the wind is going that way.
Yeah, but you also, like I say, feel as though you are hanging onto the side of a mountain,
all
the way round this end of the course.
You drop your bag at the top there.
It's at the bottom.
It's on the A470 down the bottom.
Oh, look at that bit of local knowledge. So, Rod shooting a Matthews, and that's in.
He's not doing too bad. Yeah. Obviously, he's popped his first two out there left, probably because of the wind, maybe a bit of cross slope. But a lot of people will find this is their first hour is a learning one.
Yeah,
it's kind of what I feel actually supposed to be in a way.
Yes, and there's a couple of guys who this is their first time at this. There's a couple of guys who are going out to the world fields and are using this. You know, the one thing I've been trying to impress on the guys that I coach, and even people who are good and seasoned, that's out on the left again, which is a bit painful. He should have done that a bit better.
Yeah.
You know, it's a group up at the top with those three, and to have three out, it's a bit painful.
Yeah.
He's just pressing. All right, no worries. Okay, we're on here on target 24. It's the last, obviously, it's a film target for day 1 and day 2. This is the target that they're going to be shooting on day 1. It's 58 yards down the bottom of that slope, and it is 29 degrees from memory. Yeah, 29 degrees up this slope. I don't know if you can catch it from the camera, but this is a sort of lime kiln. So you've got the quarry, you've seen plenty of that. They used to mine all the lime from there, chuck it down this chute, and what this would happen, down this slope it would go into the kilns at the bottom, and that's basically a bit of the history of this venue. The other interesting thing is that millions of years ago, this whole place used to be underwater, and I don't know if you can see that, but that's a cheeky little fossil that I've just picked up. Keen archers will be able to walk around this area and pick up little fossils all over the shop here. But yeah, millions of years ago, this all used to be underwater. Pretty interesting stuff. For tomorrow, for Sunday, I've made it a little bit harder. We put a 50 centimetre face on, so you can see the face, you can see the size difference between that. This is hard enough at 29 degrees at 58 yards. This is going to be ridiculously hard. It's going to be an interesting watch. Check it out.
I never knew you were a paleontologist.
Tony gave me all that information.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're more a sort of graffiti bush shelter sort of boy. Right. No, I mean this is an impressive shot.
Look out.
Bart at full draw, Bart Vingerhoets. And it does like channel up through that like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a poor cut.
Is it a poor cut though? Is he holding low?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many factors.
He better work that out though, because that's a miss tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's a daunting beast. I mean, I walk past this as I climb the hill each morning, and
you get a lift to the top.
No, I didn't. Thanks. Just out the top by Christian Spura. Just might think that's in from it, but I mean, it has everything, and it almost, you'd almost prefer if it was like a skyline shot. It's actually a bit of a pain trying to find the target. It's much worse tomorrow on the black background, white spot.
Yeah.
But here allows you to put on a target like this. That one of the important things for me is that this is technically really tricky. Oof. He's gone eye there, so I think it's cut rather than hold.
He's struggling to find it, isn't he?
But what's nice about it is it doesn't kill the archer. The footing's good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were like,
they've actually moved the peg, and you can see they used to stand on that little ledge behind.
Yeah. But there's no need to make it any more difficult.
No, there's no need.
That's the middle. Tidy enough by the Bowtech shooter.
I think you'll find with the top archers there that if they can get the cut right and it's not too windy, then they'll do all right.
Well, I mean, it's what I was going to say. My advice to anybody, and it's tricky enough, what you're doing is that if you're good, numbers 2, 3, and 4 are in.
Yeah.
And you've got. We watched Hope shoot her first target out of here, and it was. I'm being harsh. It was difficult for her because it was the first target, but she didn't. First one didn't go where she expected it to, and she couldn't bring herself to crank it across to shoot the next one in. You have to.
Yeah.
First one's for fun. First one, it's just out the top again. Tidy what he's doing, but not. He's actually shooting this better than he's scoring it. It sort of hurts when you put it in a group.
I think what we find about this venue, so compared to the others, where you can just turn up with your rangefinder, do your cut and shoot it, there is an element of learning on those other courses. Yeah. But this one, every single target, your first hour is still a learning one.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
The cut's not necessarily going to be perfect. The cross slope's not going to be all of that.
If you can approach this course as arrow number 1 is how good am I at field.
Yeah.
Arrow number 2, 3, and 4 is how good am I at shooting a bow.
Yeah.
Then you'll go far.
Yeah.
But the temptation, especially for guys who field is their bread and butter.
I mean, he's shot that pretty well, and he's come away with a 17 on it.
Yeah, but for guys who their field is bread and butter, they're going to actually put 2 arrows in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Dirk Schutz out on the left as well. Actually, no, that's middle. I was unfair.
Yeah, X. It's an X at 1 o'clock.
And Christophe Leger
just out left. It'd be interesting to see if this pattern continues.
I don't think it's the wind. I honestly think you're right. There is no cross slope, and there isn't. They're not bringing themselves to lean that top cam in.
Yeah.
You could do well to stuff your top cam into the hill.
Yeah.
And miss them on the right.
Yeah.
That's just not a great shot. But
anyone missing right is using their noggin a bit.
Yes. Yeah. If you're gonna, that'd be the cool miss.
Yeah.
Again, for Christophe in the camo jacket, this is only the third one of these he shot, third in the series. He came here last year. This will be very different to standing in the rain and the gale yesterday. But it'd be interesting to see. I think we're going to be filming this. I don't think we're going to need new targets. I think they're just going to turn them around.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you want to mess with somebody, is just go and roll that target through 180 degrees. A good archer gets out their binoculars and goes, "Oh, over there, is it?"
It's this weekend's not too bad weather-wise. I mean, forecasted, we're looking at about 10-mile-an-hour winds, which will feel like a
15,
windy
20,
day. Yeah, which will feel like a windy day here, but we've had forecasted 20, 30 mile an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here and I can see trees on the other side of that valley, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's not a bad weekend to be shooting
There will be Welshmen in the village in T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in short and T-shirt here myself. But it'll be enjoyable for everyone shooting this weekend.
It's like being in Newcastle, you know. If it's not raining, it's do I need a shirt?
They are stacking them left there.
Yes.
Maybe
do you want to rush out, redo the target preview and go?
Do
you know what? I think they may go left on this. I've just got a theory.
Your Welsh accent's getting a lot better over these last 4 years of doing this. Sitting next to you, you're getting better at it.
But yeah, no, I'll be interested. Nothing against these guys. I think, you know, considering that they've all been out there, I think it's something you're going to see.
Yeah.
Might start passing notes to people.
Yeah. An interesting new rule this year as well. You're not allowed umbrellas on the pegs to shelter from the wind, which I think is I don't think the archers are too happy about it, but it fair across the field, you know.
It makes it a little bit fairer. It's important for us filming stuff. Nobody wants to look at a logo on an umbrella for 3 shots with a long rod pointing out of it.
Exactly.
So anyway, it did slow stuff down.
It did, yeah. Right. Back to target 24. We got Neil and Martyn. Martyn Cotterill was here to score this weekend, and then miraculously brought his bro with him, and now he's suddenly got a spot. A few people are unable to make it due to border control. Both tack shooters, both regulars on the 3DA tour that the archery company run.
And I mean, this is nosebleed sort of stuff for them.
Yeah, they haven't shot much there.
This is a ridiculous place to start your day. That's it. And how do I put this politely? We're going to see that target look prettier through the day.
Yeah. I think Neil's
you kind of want to hit it after 5 or 6 targets.
Yeah. I mean, Neil's first arrow out left there.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to hit it on number 24, I don't think.
No.
Which is exactly what Hope's group will do.
Halfway round is perfect for this target. But you're still, every time you come up to it, you're still going to go weak at the knees a bit.
But it's one of those things that if you were... it's hard to put this into words, but if you were going around this as a practice round, you'd have a smile on your face and you'd be going, oh, I love this. Yeah. It's not so much fun when it's scoring.
No. When it's your first target on your first ever Pro Series event, it's difficult. But
mine's not made that too bad.
These guys are...
It's unfortunate he started with a 3, like...
These guys do shoot a lot of field. They've got a bit of target in them as well. I mean, Martyn's shooting really well on the national tour at the moment.
I haven't set foot on one of those for a while. What's it like?
Terrible.
Okay.
No, it's enjoyable.
Quick nod there to John Knott.
It's not, is it? It's a great event.
It is.
It's just
it's not necessarily my thing. That's
exactly
Pro Line 4 on the left-hand side. You've just got to learn, and what I want to see is guys shooting groups. I mean, look, they're happy enough it's done. You're looking. We'll be back with more soon.